how it started,
I was saying it earlier, I was just so excited to get back home and play here and didn't care who was on the roster.
and how it's going.
Everybody hates Chris.
Man, the Clippers threw Chris Paul out like he was Jazzy Jeff. And of course, Chris Paul being the legend that he is, all the ex-NBA players and current players all have his back, are coming to his aid for support.
But I'm disappointed in the Clippers organization.
How the hell do you do this to Chris Paul?
But I want y'all to listen carefully to what Ty Lue said in this press conference.
I don't like it, it just didn't work out like we thought it would, and like I said, I don't like it for CP, but it just wasn't a good fit, and we understood that. And so, like I said, it was an organization, they made the choice, and so moving forward, we got to see what we do.
And then I'm going to play for you what he said during a practice when he thought the cameras weren't rolling.
CP ain't no name on it. Get the ball played and get the action. CP ain't no name on it.
Now, he could be joking, maybe. But even in a joke, there's usually some ounce of truth to it. I mean, Chris Paul was supposed to be on some Garrett Temple type of time. Udonis Haslem being the vet in the locker room, happy to be there, being an extension of the coach, enjoying the playing time whenever he found some. But that wasn't going to be his focus. But from what I'm hearing, he was acting more like Carmelo Anthony when he was traded to the Thunder.
How do you feel about starting at the four, or the concept of starting at the four, or even coming off the bench? And the second question is...
Well, me?
Oh. I guess that answers that part.
I don't know where that started, where that came from. Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
And no, not the coming off the bench comment, because I know CP didn't have a problem with that, but it's just the whole attitude, the idea that I'm still him and I'm still behaving as if I'm him. This happened to Allen Iverson too at the tail end of his career, and I'm sure some other greats come to mind. Sometimes it's hard to turn off that I'm him, that alpha dog switch off, especially when you just came from a team where you were playing all 82 games for the season. Now, again, I don't know that this is the exact truth because I wasn't there, but if this is the truth, it would connect the dots with that whole leeway situation and Jeff Van Gundy.
They're on the road. They're playing the game. They up by double digits. Okay, a team comes back. I believe it was Memphis. It might have been Dallas. Memphis or Dallas game. Coach Van Gundy calls the defensive scheme to one of the young guys and tell them, hey, we're going to do this. They break out of the timeout. Chris Paul goes to the young fella and tell him, no, you need to do this. He does what Chris Paul tells him to do, and he get his ass cooked.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Like, Chris Paul has a reputation of being hard to work with. He demands a lot out of the players around him, the coaching staff, etc. Been that way his whole life. So, I mean, turning it off at your last season will be difficult. But if you know coming into the season that you are just going to be on your last hurrah, your ride into the sunset, you should shut up. I mean, you should, right? You should just do what the coach is telling you if that was the agreement before you started the season.
That is Kawhi. That is James. Those guys are the leaders of this team. You're coming in here trying to change the atmosphere, change the rules, whatever. Cool. But they're not accepting it. So however you're trying to deliver this to them, they don't want to hear it. So at some point, if you don't stand down, those guys are not going to want you in the hen house, no matter what your intentions are. Because one thing you can't do anymore is lead by example. When the top star has that bad attitude, it's because he's going out there front line of the battle. Nobody wants to hear an old vet that's sitting from the booth telling you what and not what to do.
Now, Chris Paul recently posted this. I'm just staying ready. I'm hooping right now. I'm still scarred by it all, still processing everything. I'm staying ready. And I mean, I've heard countless NBA players talk about how they're staying ready. John Wall did that before he decided to retire. Most players do that before they're deciding to retire because, you know, they're hoping that there might be a contract left for them. I think Chris Paul could play somewhere else for his last season, but it definitely wouldn't hit like this whole ride off to the sunset thing that the Clippers were doing for him. I mean, he was the floor general for Lob City, and if she doesn't remember Lob City, she's too young for you, bro.
Another steal. Another drive, and here he comes again.
Here comes Chris Paul. The lob. Again! Oh, what a monster!
But that Lob City era of the Clippers was insane. And it's sad that they never were able to really get over that hump. They always were in competition in the Western Conference. I really thought they had a chance at a championship one or maybe two of those years, but they never were able to get over the hump. But that was prime Blake Griffin, prime DeAndre Jordan, and prime Chris Paul. Bruh, in the fourth quarter, in the clutch, this guy could not miss. And so seeing the book ending of him going to the Clippers again, and them letting him play his last season there was really dope. Here in Toronto, I hope we do that for Kyle Lowry. We should do that for Kyle Lowry. I doubt we'll have the same problem with Kyle. I mean, I hope we won't have the same problem with Kyle. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Are you on the side of Chris Paul? Are you on the side of the Clippers? And I mean, this damn organization just can't get right. I mean, first the whole aspiration, tree growing scandal with Kawhi, then trading their future and NBA superstar MVP and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for Paul George. And now this whole Chris Paul situation. I still think that the team is better than what they look like right now. And I think they'll make the playoffs. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below based on this whole Chris Paul situation. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.